So the latest report about the G20 riots in Toronto say that they should never have happened. Good morning, this is Toad Locks in the Morning Show, and they're talking about this, what they call the Black Bloc, which started riots in Toronto and caused most horrendous human rights violations by the government and the police in Canadian history. Recent history. There's been worse ones way back in the 30s where they used to shoot workers. But here we got a bit of bullshit. That's all you can call it. Because the Black Bloc was not really rioters. They were police in disguise. See, this is the situation what happened in Toronto. There was 20,000 policemen and just a little bit over 1,100 protesters. So the police, because they were not overnumbered by the protesters, decided they had to arrest everybody. So what they did is they disguised themselves as protesters, called this Black Bloc, went in there, and they started riots, and including breaking buildings, windows, burning a police car. And then they proceeded to arrest everybody except for the policemen who were dressed up as these Black Bloc protesters. 1,100 people were thrown in jail, actually more than that, because they arrested journalists and civilians that just happened to look kind of funny or were in the same area. They arrested everybody and anybody they came across, and in the most brutal ways possible. People were maced and pepper sprayed, shot with rubber bullets for nothing more than being in the area. These aren't people who committed any crime. They were legally protesting. And the police abused them. And then they locked them up for days on end and made them sign a confession to get out without charging them with anything. Most horrendous thing. And I guess the jail cells that they locked these people in were super cold. They were, and people, it was a hot part of the summer, so the people would go into these cold cells and they would freeze until they signed these confessions that stated they were bad people. And the government they set this all up. Not only that, but they imposed a super secret law that they just put through just for the G20 section, making it illegal to be near the G20 summit, and that police could search you without a warrant, that you had to provide ID upon request, and anybody who even hesitated was immediately arrested. So the government and the police are the criminals, and the people got arrested for it. I mean, this is the stuff you see in dictatorships. I'm surprised they didn't use live fire and just shoot all these people. The only thing that stopped them was, well, look at all the press they got from this. And yet, nothing's going to happen. These people are still going to get reelected because they're going to come back, and the voters in Toronto are going to forget all about it. And because they're protesters, they're weirdos. They don't deserve the right to protest. Yeah, we have a right to protest supposedly in Canada, but Canada, rights and freedoms in Canada are merely an illusion. Hey, press the subscribe button. It's easy.